Today we're going to be talking about that Avengers Easter egg in the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer. Is Venom actually connected to the MCU? Let's find out. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer and the Avengers Easter egg that has been spotted in the newspaper with Peter McGulligan. Now, it seems like that one scene with Peter McGulligan seems to be the big talking point of the trailer and not Carnage, which absolutely surprises me. One, we had the Daily Bugle news cover, which looked similarly to the Sam Raimi newspaper cover from the Daily Bugle in that universe, which then led to a lot of speculation around the social medias that, this could be a part of the Sam Raimi universe. This is then debunked by the fact that obviously Venom's already shown up in the Sam Raimi universe, so this is definitely not possible. However, it did lead to a lot of people speculating about the subject anyway. But in that same scene, we did also get a little bit of a hint to the Avengers. When Peter McGulligan does throw the newspaper, you can actually get a glimpse of the inside of the newspaper and a headline inside of the newspaper. And it looks to be what says Avengers. Obviously the A, the V, and another part of the E is actually missing out of the name, but the rest of it spells out, E-N-G-E-R-S, which is obviously Avengers, and I can't think of any other words that those letters would be a part of. Maybe Revengers? That's a head scratcher. I have no idea. If you guys can tell me some words in the comments below, please tell me what could be in a newspaper headline with those letters in. So as far as I'm concerned, and everyone else who's spotted the Easter egg is concerned, this is the Avengers. I don't see what else it could be anyway. I mean, it might as well just be an Easter egg, because we know at this point, right, after my video yesterday, if you guys did spot that, where we broke down those Raimiverse and those MCU Easter eggs, you'll notice that there is a lot of MCU stuff that could potentially connect with Venom, and it seems like they're leaving it very open. And as I did say yesterday, Andy Serkis, the director of the film, has also come out and said that yes, Spider-Man does exist within this universe. Obviously there are references towards that larger universe and that larger world with Spider-Man in it. However, Spider-Man will not appear in this film because this is quote-unquote Venom's world, to put it in his own words. He said that, Venom is in his own world in this movie. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's in his own universe, and that necessarily doesn't mean he's not connecting to, say, the MCU, but that just means that this is going to be his own solo movie. This means that no other characters are going to appear in it other than Venom and Carnage, and it most likely will just be a solo Venom film. Maybe a Spider-Man cameo, maybe in the post-credits scene or towards the end of the film, something like that, maybe at the most, is basically what he's getting at here. It's like me saying, Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously in the MCU, it's a part of this larger universe, however, it's not in the world that Iron Man is in. It's in a different world. It's almost on its own. Like, if you took Guardians out of the MCU, that could stand as its own standalone movie, because there's not many other things in the MCU that directly connect that movie to the other movies. Maybe Thanos, yeah, but he doesn't show up later down the line. So, technically, Guardians could stand as its own movie. And the same goes for a bunch of other films as well. So, that's what I think he's getting at here. But then again, like he did say, there are teasers and there are references to Spider-Man and the larger universe, as Andy Serkis has been saying, and one of those happens to be the Avengers. And I think this pretty much confirms to all the speculation. Is it in the Raimiverse? Is it in the Andrew Garfield universe? Is it in the MCU? Well, it's 100% going to be running adjacent, like we've been saying for years now, to the MCU, and it looks like the MCU could be influencing sections of the Venom movies to then potentially set up that bridge for Tom Holland to come across to the Sony solo produced movies to have a Spider-Man versus Venom movie or some sort of Spider-Man Venom crossover, which I just think this is really cool, man, honestly. And honestly, I was expecting some sort of MCU or Spider-Man reference in this film anyway, because this is the sequel with the second one in, and yeah, no, the Avengers aren't going to show up in this film. Spider-Man's most likely not going to have a big role in this film, if not show up at all. But I was expecting some references, with all the rumors going around that Sony's apparently producing a Spider-Man versus Venom movie, and that's also in the works. And then with all of the other stuff that's going on, with Michael Keaton in Morbius, it's like, they're kind of connected, Sony Marvel. You can't hide this from us anymore. So, I think this is really cool that they're finally referencing it. One thing I will mention though, which I mentioned in yesterday's video as well, is do not expect the references to go the other way. So basically, this reference was just an MCU to Venom reference, meaning that the MCU is its larger world, which kind of has hints and influences into the Venom world, and that is most references as we're going to get, unless Venom shows up in an MCU film, or, you know, an MCU character directly crosses over to the Venom films, like Spider-Man, for example. However, do not expect references to go the other way. Okay, do not expect Venom references to be in the MCU films, because I really do think this is just a one-way street. Spider-Man goes from the MCU into the Venom movies, and that is the little bridge that's being connected there through the MCU that's allowing him to come over, but do not expect it the other way. I do not expect Kevin Feige or anyone at Marvel Studios to really acknowledge those movies. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but then again, this is Sony, you know, they are quite unreliable sometimes, and also the fact that Venom didn't really get a good critically acclaimed score, even though lots of people liked it, you know, so I'm not sure Marvel wants to be associated with that first movie, at least. So don't expect it to really go the other way, but however, expect references back, you know. I think that's the way it's gonna go, and from this reference, I think this is really cool. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think we're gonna see any more references in the film when it comes out? Any more references to the Avengers or the larger world of the MCU? Tell me in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think we'll see any more? Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button to not miss any more videos as soon as they come out in the future, with future breakdowns of trailers and news and reactions and fan theories and fan fictions and all the like of Spider-Man. Make sure to subscribe, because this is the channel where you can get it all. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.